Yeah. Okay. All right. Seems good. Seems to be working. Okay, Martin, first. Sound good? You can hear me? Making sure everything is working smoothly. Can you hear this?
Yo, this is Mace, and this is my wild card to the GBB 2025 World League Loopstation category.
Can you hear Mace also? Okay, perfect. Straight into it. We're getting used to this. Today we are checking out Mace, Biscuit, Shinx, Haniva, Jimmy. Supposed to watch Melt, but his video has been deleted. Maybe I'll check this out later. Maybe he decided not to take part anymore. I don't know. We're watching Khan. We're watching Mirza, Jin God, Tim K, Skella, AVH, Dardo, Lil Phil, Red Frost, Beat L, Silent JB, Hira, Dava, Romo. Yeah, and if we have time, maybe one or two more. But for the moment, yeah, that is the 20 we are going to watch. Okay, let's do this.
Let's go. World League Loopstation category.
I'ma do my thing, gonna make my mark on the scene. All these motherfuckers tryna be like me, bow down to your knees, I'ma make you see.
Okay, I really like the bounce on this wild card. I really like how the sounds really fit well together, and just the bounce, the dynamic of the wild card is really great. I was looking back at the rap part because I wish that he went straight like 4 on the floor directly with the rap. Maybe not directly, the way he started was really well.
Hey, bitch, I'm the one you know, I'm from the 414. I got the score, barrel more than 4.
Then straight into it.
I beat you to the core. I'ma take your ass to the ring, I'ma do my thing, gonna make my mark on the scene. All these
I'm not a huge fan of the choice of the way he put the drums on the rap part. I would have rather straight rap on the house beat, but that's a choice. Wait, where's the drop? The drop is 247. Just want to see what comes before. Those little fills are really cool. Yeah, it's a really, really, really good wild card. It was just I wish that on the rap part we had the house beat going, and then from when he finishes the rap part until the second drop, it's a bit long. But it's a really good wild card. I really like the details, and as I said, the bounce on it, the dynamics is really good. This is gonna get some good points. Okay. So next up.
This is Biscuit from the USA, and this is my wild card for the GBB 2025 World League Loopstation Edition. Check out my EP, Still Hungry, everywhere now. Have fun. Bye.
All right.
Let's get it. Busy be way too important. I'll put your shit in the store. Don't need no placement to know I'm the greatest Mark 1 user ever recorded. No more reactions or judgments. Ain't gonna be pulling no punches. I run this shit, still got that hunger. I set up the #1 bar, now it's time that I crunch shit. Hey, crunch time, motherfucker. Crunch. Crunch time, motherfucker. What? Crunch time. Distorted, crunch that motherfucker. You guys remember when loopers actually had to use their voice? I'm kidding. We're gonna crunch that shit. Yeah, fuck it. Set up the #1 bar, now it's time that I crunch it.
Yeah, nasty.
Time that I crunch it.
Nasty, 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 nasty. What I found really cool here is that the sound sounds really full. This is Mark 1, but it sounds really full, taking up the whole space. So I got my criteria. Once again, guys, just to let you know, the criteria we have for judging, I should have said it before, during Mace wildcard, when I was judging his wildcard. We have technicality, musicality, showmanship, and originality. Now, when it comes to Biscuit and this style on the Mark 1, we clearly see his signature here. This is totally his sound. In terms of originality, he's staying true to what he's done before, with different techniques. So I'll fill in originality first. Let me come back to the rap part.
All right. No placements and no one.
This is also a signature kind of move from Biscuit.
Busy be with. Hey, let's get it. Busy be way too important. I'll put your shit in the store. Don't need no placements to know I'm the greatest Mark 1 user ever recorded. No more reactions or judgments. Ain't gonna be pulling no punches. I run this shit, still got that hunger. I set up the #1 bar, now it's time that I crunch shit. Hey, crunch time, motherfucker. Crunch.
This is totally Biscuit style. In terms of originality, this is his shit. He's the one that made this kind of sound, these kinds of rhythm pop off on the Mark 1, right? This is totally his thing. Now, nothing I can say about showmanship. The presence is here. The aura is here. The MK1 God is here. Now we have musicality and technicality, and these are the ones that are really fucking me up. Now technicality is high because all the little details he added to his round, the little beatbox fills, the little sounds, the way that the flow. I know this could be in musicality, but I want to put it in technicality. But the way the song evolved from one part to the other, from one section to the other, this demands so much work, so much attention on the Loopstation. Now, I'm saying this for Biscuit. I've said it also for many loopers that made really high technical scores. But just those little details when you're going from one section to another, whether it is a little beatbox fill or using some track effects, just to make the transition a little smoother, just to make the song more dynamic, to make it work. These are really important to make you forget that you are listening to a Loopstation track. That's often the disadvantage with looping when you cannot get those extra little details, is that it's very, and you hear it in some beginners, and I'm not saying that in a bad way, but in some beginners wildcards that we've heard before, it's like this part, and then no transition, this part, and then no transition, this part. This is where things like on the Mark II, the twist comes in handy, or just applying some filters and other kind of track effects. But here he's doing it in a really smooth way. Like doing breaks like this, These kind of things. This is super important. See those breaks? All those little details. Now I also have to judge the mix on this one. This is so hard to judge. This one is really hard to judge. Because it's so distorted, but that's the style, that's the result he wants to achieve when making these kinds of tracks, right? It sounds so distorted, it's so nasty that it's hard to even evaluate the mix here, because the nastiness is part of the mix that you want to achieve in this kind of sound. So the only thing I can say is, do the sounds work? Is it pleasant to listen to? For me, it's a yes. Because what I'm really looking for in those kind of tracks is that I want to feel the beat up front. I really want the beat to be dominant in this track. And that is really the case when you have the beat.
Hey, busy be way too important. Look all your shit and distorted. Hey. Distorted, crunch that motherfucker.
Oh, yeah, that part is sick. Yeah, the guy's technical level, what can you say, huh? Of course, the mix can also always be improved. Musicality. Now, in musicality, you also find composition, you find structure, here for a structure. This would be a fucking amazing battle round because your attention is always being fuck, can't find the word. But you always have something to be entertained. You always have a different part coming up. The cycles are really short. So you're rapidly moving on from one section to the other. So in terms of Loopstation performance, this is high level. When you watch certain wildcards and you have really long sections, and it's the artistic choice because you want to make a composition. Some loopers prefer to make really slow. I can't find my words. Really want to make really long. Sorry, not slow. Really long sections, just to take your time going in the music with a full verse, then a full bridge, full chorus. This one is just like bam, 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 in your face. This is a battle round. That's what GBB is about. This seems really fair. Okay. I have what I want. For now, because I will judge again once I have my top 25 wildcards. Maybe a bit more. I'll just go a bit beyond. Once I have my top 30, I will judge again. But I will not be able to do it on stream, guys. I spoke to Juliana about it, and yeah, I'm not allowed to do it on stream. Next wildcard.
Hey, my name is Shinx, and this is my wildcard for the GBB 2025 World League Loopstation category in Tokyo, Japan.
let you go. 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 Let you go.
I really like those kind of vibes. I like those house beats on the Loopstation with some really soft vocal. Take that vocal, scatter it. Beat bass. Really nice melody. I really like the build up. That is sick. All right, let's start judging. The thing that I really like about this wildcard: musicality, showmanship. Yes, these are the ones that will get my favors in the first place.
I just wanna let you go. Let you go. Let you go.
Showmanship, because I really like the confidence he is showing in this wildcard.
Let you go. Let you go.
And musicality, because in terms of structure, the composition, the song works really, really well. Not only is this like a loop track, but it's also a track that you could definitely just vibe to anytime. Now, originality. This seems pretty fair. Technicality. Yeah, technicality.
I want to let you.
Okay.
Haniva. Hello, my name is Haniva, and this is my Loopstation
Haniwa.
for the GBB 2025 World League. Let's go.
Putting all the, it's like he was putting all the different parts at one together, things that don't match together. He put them all together at the end. Watch out for how you are balancing the sounds, man. Your mix also, the mix of your voice, also the pitch, the key. It's a lot of things to perfect on this wild card. Yeah. A lot of things to perfect on this wild card. I'm sorry to say this is getting I'll never put a 0 in a category. I'll always put a 1, but this is getting the minimum points for composition, structure, for musicality. Okay. Up next. From France.
Yo, this is Jimmy from France, and this is my Loopstation wildcard for the GBB 25 World League.
Hit the club, get high, raise the roof, we'll make it loud. Turn up, dance, go wild, shake your hips, and then I'm gone. Hit the club, get high, raise the roof, we'll make it loud. Turn up, dance, go wild, shake your hips, and then I'm gone. Hit the club, get high, raise the roof, we'll make it loud. Turn up, dance, go wild, shake your hips, and then I'm gone. Hit the club, get high, raise the roof, we'll make it loud. Turn up, dance, go wild, shake your hips, and then I'm gone. Hit the club, get high, raise the roof, we'll make it loud. Turn up, dance, go wild, shake your hips, and then I'm gone. Hit the club, get high, raise the roof, we'll make it loud. Turn up, dance, go wild, shake your hips, and then I'm Hit the club, get high, raise the roof, we'll make it loud. Turn up, dance, go wild, shake your hips, and then I'm gone. Hit the club, get high, raise the roof, we'll make it loud. Turn up, dance, go wild, shake your hips, and then I'm gone. Hit the club, get high, raise the roof, we'll make it loud. Turn up, dance, go wild, shake your hips, and then I'm gone. Hit the club, get high, raise the roof, we'll make it loud. Turn up, dance, go wild, shake your hips, and then I'm gone. Hit the club, get high, raise the roof, we'll make it loud. Turn up, dance, go wild, shake your hips, and then I'm gone. Hit the club, get high, raise the roof, we'll make it loud. Turn up, dance, go wild, shake your hips, and then I'm gone. Hit the club, get high, raise the roof, we'll make it loud. Turn up, dance, go wild, shake your hips, and then I'm gone. Hit the club, get high, raise the roof, we'll make it loud.
Sheesh. This surprises me from Jimmy. This is very, very unusual from what I'm used to seeing from him. I'm happy. I'm surprised in a really good way. Hmm. I really like the switch here. I do wish that at some point the it just kind of disappeared. It's always there. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think it's always there.
Hit the club, get high, raise the roof, we'll make it loud. Turn up, dance, go wild.
It never goes away.
And then I'm gone. Hit the club, get high, raise the roof, we'll make it loud. Turn up, dance, go wild, shake your hips, and then I'm.
This is where it disappears, but it comes back. Yeah, it's always there. That's just that one thing that I wish it could just go away for some point and come back maybe a little later. Other than that, I really like this wild card. It's catchy, right? The gimmick is catchy. Yeah, the switch, I really like the switch. I like his presence. Charismatic. Really good presence. Originality. You have to be cautious when judging with originality because it marks up to 40 points. The other ones are 20 points. But I think this is fair. Yeah, seems good. Okay. Have what I want.
Yo, what's up? My name is Khan, and this is my Loopstation wildcard for the GBB 2025 World League. Hope you enjoy.
Yes! Let's go! Oh my goodness! Let's go!
I think this one for me is pretty easy to judge. It's a huge potential, huge potential. I feel like if in terms of structure, things could be a little tighter. Things could like at this point. So there's this really long part here. It was frustrating to feel the beat come back in at some point and then just disappear again. I think it's like here, yeah. And then this part is really cool. And then surprise! It's right there after. This is my favorite part. The way it comes in is really cool. But the beginning and then that part here in the middle is a bit long. And then when he puts back the kicks, I'm like, okay, we're going back into the beat, and then it just pulls it away again. But technically, this one has a huge potential. Also, also the voice at the beginning. Now, not this, but after. I understand that you want to put effects, and I say in general. I'm not talking about Con specifically, but I mean, a lot of loopers do that. Put effects on their vocals to give it a little kind of nasty effect, or just to maybe hide your voice a little bit. I don't know. It works well when you still kind of understand what the looper is saying, but here it's really inaudible. It's really not understandable at all. Technically, and like the textures, the sound designs in this wild card are really, really great. I think maybe in terms of mix, things could blend in a bit better. But in terms of mix, the vocal needs to be changed here. And then in terms of structure, it could be perfected. But this one, as I said, has a huge potential. So really great. Really, really good wild card. Could be great. Could be amazing. If certain things were fixed a little bit. But this one is dope. Dum, 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 dum. Hey, he's in the chat. Make some noise for Khan in the chat. Good job, man. We are moving on to the next wild card.
Yo, this is Mirza from France, and this is my wildcard for the GBB 2025 Loopstation category. Bang bang. Let's go.
I don't know what the cat's name is because it's not my cat. So I cannot tell you what the cat's name is. It's the neighbor's cat.
Comme si j'étais dans un monde à part, bloqué dans un rêve au fond de la classe. J'ai vu sur moi la foule savate, pendant que les jambes de la foule m'acclament. I'm going high, it's murder. Every round around me. High, it's
This is putting me in a delicate situation because this is one of my favorites. But since the beginning of the wild card, I'm hearing the snare being late, and I cannot unhear it. Ah!
It's a murder.
Oh, fuck.
I'm going high, it's a murder. Mec, je suis sûr de l'éternité. Tira sur l'éternité, je t'éternise, je m'interdis. Quoi, de les mettre ensemble. Un, je te les enceintes, on est saints, on est tous bien synchronisés. Viens, tiens, tous les coups sereins, je suis dans le bien succinct. Comme si j'étais dans un monde à part, bloqué dans un rêve.
The vibe is great. This is totally my stuff. I love the vibe. I love the song. I love the composition. I love the lyrics, the flow. This part is crazy.
J'ai vu sur moi la foule savate pendant que les jambes de la foule m'acclament. I'm going high, it's a murder.
This part is crazy as fuck. The video is crazy as fuck. Everything is crazy. And then the snare ruins it all because the snare is late. And I have a problem with the snares being early or late. Once I hear it, I cannot unhear it, and it ruins the total experience for me. And this is so unusual from Mirza to have a snare that's not on time. I'll start with the composition and structure. For me, this is perfect. Composition and structure. The song. Let me check one thing, just to make sure that timing in technicality or in musicality. Oh, interesting. So timing, how well you stay in. No. Do the drums and composition have did it go time mixing chair so 16 will check material songwriting and dynamics proficiency checks no. So timing would go in musicality. Okay, I'll start with the obvious ones then. I'll consider timing is in technicality. It doesn't really matter if I take away points for the snare being off in one category or the other, because it's just the total amount of points that really matter. So for me, I'll put timing of the snare in technicality. And I'll start with musicality, which for me is the structure is there, the composition is there. It hits also different for me, being French and understanding his lyrics differently. So the song is great. So no problem with that showmanship. I mean, look at the video, man. Look at the attitude. Look at the attitude, the presence, and the video itself. Great. Originality. Yes, but not maxing out points. Not maxing out points like Nils or Joshua maxed out. Now, technicality. I do have to take away those points for the snare being late. And that's all I can say about this wildcard negatively. Unfortunately. Yo, le Mirs. Je suis dans une position très délicate. Je sais pas si t'as vu le début, j'ai kiffé la vibe. Musicalité, tu vois, technicalité, musicalité, showmanship, originalité. Musicalité, rien à dire. Total des points. Showmanship, présence, charisme, total des points. Originalité, grosse note. Et technicalité, c'est là où j'ai dû retirer des points. Quelques points. J'ai la caisse claire, une fois que je l'ai entendu, qui était un petit peu en retard. Et je sais pas si... et je comprends en fait. Je sais que quand t'es en train de tourner ta wildcard, t'es dans la vibe et que tu dis que c'est la bonne parce que tu sens que c'est la bonne, t'as l'attitude et tout qui est la bonne. C'est après que tu l'entends, tu fais ah la pute de caisse claire, elle est en retard. Mais c'est quand même, mais la vidéo est quand même iconique. Alors du coup, j'imagine hein, que c'était celle-là et pas une autre. En tout cas, ça score très très bien. Mais j'ai été obligé de retirer des points pour la caisse claire. Parce que je l'ai entendu dès le départ. Et j'ai pas pu le... Après, c'est pas non plus catastrophique, hein, parce que ça marche quand même. Mais j'ai dû retirer quelques points. Mais ça fait quand même un très très gros score. Bah, c'est que la snare, elle vient pas sur le temps. Elle arrive légèrement après. Et moi, je l'entends à chaque fois. Et ça m'énerve de l'entendre.
De l'éternité, sur le thermique, je déterminé, les maternités, de les mettre ensemble. Instant 1, je te les enceintes, on est cinq, on est tous bien synchronisés, viens, je viens, tous les coups sereins, je suis dans le bien succinct. Comme si j'étais dans un monde à part.
Mais dans tous les cas, le score, il est pas mal, je te rassure. Il est pas mal du tout, même. Et la vibe, elle est sale, mon pote. Okay. We are moving on to Jin God.
Yo, this is Jin God, and this is my wildcard for GBB 2025 World League Loopstation category. Headache, runny nose, fever, cough, shit.
Bien vu à toi. Trop sale. Watch out for your mix. Super important to balance your sounds. The sounds were all over the place. The kick totally disappeared behind. Cool ideas, but the mix just did not help the song to reach its full potential. Okay, I wrote down what I had to write down.
Yo, my name is Timky, I'm from Latvia, and this is my wildcard for the Grand Beatbox
Timky.
Battle 2025 Loopstation category.
Mix, drums, general balance of sounds. Please work on that. It's really important. The drums in one shot. What you tried to do is really hard on the Mark II. If you don't have the perfect timing, it sounds totally off. That was the case here. It did not sound totally off because, as someone said in the chat, it had a certain swing on it at some point, but it doesn't seem intentional. If it is, genius, but listening to the rest of the wild card, I can tell it was not intentional. Because there's a lot of work to be done on a lot of different aspects. Sorry for those who turned up their volume. This wildcard was low in volume. This is why. My bad. Up next, we have Skella.
Yo, my name is Skella, and this is my wildcard for the GBB 2025 Loopstation category.
The drum and bass cool, part was cool. The actual ideas are good, but it's so long to come. It takes some while to get to that part, and that's all we have. Then we have this same kind of structure, and it ends like this. There's a lot of, as I say with a lot of wildcards, there's a huge potential, I love how he played with the drums, but yeah, the build up is really long, unfortunately. So that's in musicality. We're losing points on structure.
Yo guys, this is AVH from the Netherlands, and this is my GBB 2025 wildcard for the Loopstation category. Deze is voor jou, Milano.
The first thing I will say about this is when he started singing. I wish that the sound, the melody was softer, because I cannot hear his voice like I want to hear it. It's behind that melody. As compared that when he sings here, I think. Here it's still present. The melody is still really, really loud. Kind of fighting with his vocals in terms of volume. But then here it disappears with a filter.
My beautiful, beautiful life.
It's easier to appreciate his vocals here, that the melody is filtered and it's less present.
I held you for your first breath, and I love you till my last. Await your golden future with the
See, now like it's totally clear, but when we start here, this is so unusual from AVH. He pays attention to this usually. For the structure, for the music, for the composition, not much to say. Everything is where it should be. I'm looking at the criteria categories. So technicality, musicality, showmanship, originality. Yet the one I will be more strict on is really the. I was not expecting to say this on AVH, but yeah, his voice is fighting with that granular melody, or is it a granular? I don't know. But in terms of volume, it's too loud. Okay, that's it for my boy AVH. I wrote down what I had to write. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 wild cards left. Dardo, Lil Phil, Red Frost, Beat L, Reset, Hira, Dava, Romo. Let's go.
What's up? This is Dardo from Dublin, Ireland, and this is my Loopstation wildcard for the Grand Beatbox Battle 2025. Hope you enjoy. Ireland on top, baby.
Okay, what do I have to say? The snare could sound better. The general mix, watch out for the balance of certain sounds when they come in. They sound super loud. The musically, I really like the part, the build up towards the drop, towards the first drop. Actually sounded quite dope. This is cool. But then it's so crowded when it sounds so crowded when the drop comes. And there's some harmony, some sounds that just don't work well together. That high pitch. Not all sounds work together, unfortunately. All right. Let me go to the bathroom really quickly and take like a 2 minute break. Also, I'll be back. Yeah, just give me a couple of minutes. Yeah. Okay. We're back. So I've been asked this a lot. Why are you only judging 20 wildcards, not more? Because the way I'm focused at watching these wildcards, for me, is extreme concentration, extreme, focused, and trying to, while I'm listening to the wildcard, trying to remember, analyze, and think, okay, technical, musical, originality, showmanship. Showmanship is the easiest one for me to judge. But then the technicality, musicality, originality, they're always in my mind when I'm listening to the wildcard. But at the same time, I'm trying to go back and appreciate it like a spectator. So I'm always jumping in between spectator and judge. And sometimes, when I'm listening to a wildcard, I'm not vibing to it because I'm analyzing it. But sometimes I'm just vibing to it because that's just the vibe of the wildcard. But at the same time, I'm processing all the other information. So this is why I'm only listening to 20 wildcards per stream and not more. Because I could have done a 9-hour stream and judge like 60 or 65 or something. But I want to be the most accurate possible. We're moving on to Lil Phil.
Hello, my name is Lil Phil. I'm from Finland, and this is my wildcard for GBB 2025 World League Loopstation category.
bouncy, dynamic, technically quite good. Good wild card. Dope wild card. Groovy. Nothing crazy, but really good wild card. Very clean. This is getting good technical points. Bueno. Six more.
Yo, this is Red Frost and this is my Loopstation wildcard for the GBB 2025 World League. Let's go.
Hamburger.
Okay, here we go. Everybody clap your hands.
Okay, here we go. Everybody clap your hands.
All right. That's cool. That's pretty cool. This part is so long, though. Once we're finished with this one. We're done with this. Moving on to the next part. A whole minute. Now, this is obviously the highlight of the wildcard, right? But this sound coming back, I don't want it on this drop. Okay. This one is hard to judge. You prefer the first drop? I personally prefer the second drop. The first one for me.
I hope you.
I'm not a big fan of that contrast. When the first measures came in, I was like, woo!
Hamburger.
This just throws me off, to be honest. The contrast throws me off a lot. I'm honest. But that's a personal choice. I'm not gonna. I make a difference between my personal preferences and what I'm supposed to judge. It's a choice. I'm not going to take away points for artistic choice, you know. But as a spectator, as a listener, the contrast throws me off. I rather the second drop. But this is where I'm gonna take away points is for the structure. It's once we're done here. 2 minutes. We have to go to 304 to get the next part. Bro. This is GBB wildcard. Faster. I know it's difficult. But there's not much going on during that whole minute. There's not much going on. We're just inputting sounds. A whole minute and almost 10 seconds. Okay. Very original, super dope drops, but in terms of structure, there is a whole minute with nothing much happening in the middle of the song.
Hello everybody, this is BTL from India and this is my
I remember Beat L from last year. I remember Beat L from last year as wildcard. Let's go.
my Loopstation wildcard for the GBB 2025 World League. Let's go.
What are you guys on about? You didn't laugh to hamburger. Why would I laugh to hamburger? There was nothing funny about it. I'm 35, guys. I'm not 12. I'll be honest. The reason why I was laughing at the beginning is because I remember from last year, and the improvement is huge. From last year, Beat L, the improvement is huge. Now you still have to work on your mix. There's a lot of sounds that it's really crowded. There's a lot of sounds coming at you at the same time. The beat is getting lost behind all those sounds, and actually there's a sort of compression, because when you take, which is really rare on the Mark II, when you take away the beat, all the other sounds go actually louder. The actual main chord goes louder when the beat is being turned off. But there's an improvement from last year. And from those who want to know what I'm talking about, wait, let's go to last year's wildcard.
Hello everybody, this is Beatle and this is my Loopstation wild.
See, I just went in a random part of the wildcard. And the difference, right? So Beat L, huge improvement. Huge improvement from last year. You're totally on the right track. But still, as I said, the mix still has to be improved. But huge improvement. So this is why I was smiling at the beginning when I saw Beat L, because I was expecting something like 2024, and happily, I got the 2025 version, which is much better. Moving on to Silent JB, playing Rocket League.
Yo, my name is Silent GB, and this is my Loopstation wildcard
4K
for GBB
image.
2025. I hope you guys enjoy.
That's dope. Sorry, my bad. Let me restart this.
That was actually good.
That was actually good. In these types of wildcards, I would really love to have at least a little vocal input, just a little something, a little voice, something organic. This wildcard is really good. That's not the matter, but it's very Ozbotty. It's Ozbot. And I do want to have some voice at some point, or something, some texture that reminds me that now. I mean, this was great, huh? This here. That's dope. Dope as fuck. But I'm getting, even in these sounds, I'm getting so much like Ozbot music. I'd love to have that little extra little voice on top of it. So for example, in this one, where probably in terms of composition and structure, I do not have a problem at all. In terms of technicality, it's pretty good. In terms of originality, even though the placements of the Ozbot, the way he placed them, changes from what we can see sometimes, it's still very Ozbot-y. It's still a good wild card. I cannot take it away. Good presence. Not the greatest showmanship, but some sort of presence, which is not bad at all. Okay. Okay, let's keep on going.
My name is Hira from Japan, and this is my Loopstation wildcard for the GBB 2025 World League. Let's go.
That was cool. That was cool, Hira. That was really cool. Love the vibe. Love the vibe. Very uplifting. That was really cool. Not everything perfect, especially in terms of it's the second time I have this actually, in just a couple of wildcards. That when the beat goes off, the other sounds go really high as if they were compressed by the beat, but the beat itself was a bit behind. The kick was nothing to say about the kick, but the snare, whether it's on the house part or even on the first part, I feel it could be more present. It could be louder. Some improvements can be made on the mix, but the general vibe, so cool, really cool. Okay. Up next, Dava.
Hi,
de
I'm
España.
Dava, and this is my wildcard for the GBB 2025 World League Loopstation category.
Now we have one more wild card.
They want to be like me, nah. They try to be like me, huh? They want to be like me, nah. But they will never be like this, huh? They want to be like me, nah. They try to be like me, huh? They want to be like me, nah. But they will never be like this, huh? They will never be like me.
We've had this discussion before. Remember about some certain music genres, certain styles. How do you how do you judge the mix when it's part of the musical style to have so much distortion and so much loudness, so much compression? It's funny because in the very first 80% of the wildcards, it did not have so many compressions issues. And here I'm getting it when certain parts of the song drop out, all the rest just take up so much space because they were compressed by that sound, and everything turns louder. And I'm feeling this a lot in those recent wildcards. I remember Dava from well, you see actually the trophies on the wall. The one on the left, Dos Hermanas, Campeón, Dava. I was there. Actually, oh, I signed it. Actually, you can see my signature. The one on the left. It slaps live what Dava does. Here, as a wild card, it sounds different because in a wild card, well, you appreciate things differently. The build-up is super fast. We get straight into it. How much time? Yeah, it's like... we're already into it. Building up. Less than a minute. Because he's also talking in the beginning. Straight into it. You actually feel the compression already here. See the melody. I would rather not have that compression. It's something I've been dealing with in my own tracks, and that I learned recently to get rid of by balancing my sounds a little bit better. I had a lot of compression issues. Judges told me, BreZ, you have a lot of compression issues. You need to work on that. So I worked on it. Now I understand. It's not the best of things to have. Okay, just put down my scores. Structure is good. Composition is good. Technical, this is where we're having the compression issues. Showmanship is good. Absolutely. Originality. I cannot say. Ok. Ouais, ça va, tranquille. Compress has compress. Compression has compression. It has its own compression. Last wild card for today. If I'm not incorrect, we're gonna have another Spaniard. Romo.
Joe and Romo, and this is my wildcard for the GBB 2025 on the Loopstation category. Hope you enjoy it. Joe and Romo, and this is my wildcard for the GBB 2025 on the Loopstation category. Hope you enjoy it.
Solo por la ciudad, la noche es demasiado larga, nula claridad, aburrido, el cielo contaminado, no podía ver las estrellas, parecía que la noche no había empezado. Oh yeah, todo se va bien a la verga. La vida se me está pasando lenta. No tengo un puto plan esta noche. Hoy nos va a la mierda. Qué puto derroche. Qué puto derroche. Sí, la vida es así. La justicia de mi parte. Quiero irme por ahí. Tan solo queda el orden. Nadie contesta los mensajes. Esto parece una broma de mal gusto. Pasan las horas, ya casi son las 3. Casi me atropellan, que susto. Tengo un puto plan esta noche. Otro sábado a la mierda. Qué puto derroche.
For those of you who have never seen Romo on the Loopstation, I invite you to go check out certain of his sounds, which are super original. First, let me write what I have to write down for this one. I really loved it. I really loved it. Musically, great vibe, great structure. Listening to a song, I lost the feeling that I was listening to a loop track. Presence is good. The mix is really good. This is hey, this is actually making some pretty decent point, isn't it? Whoa, okay. Okay, all of you asking for dice. All of you asking for dice. Let me show you something. All of you asking for dice. Let me show you something. This is the list I have, starting with Colin effects, as you can see on the top left, right? Colin effects. Dr. Item, Tagu, we've been through all this shit. We've been through all this shit, guys. We are currently at Romo, right? Cell A88, we are at Romo. Ruzi, Boss, Jingmin, CEO, Nixel, Ikar, Waynes, Pat, Dean, Duncan, Sima, Reload, Hart, Toxic, Cartoy, Lucio Cardona, Erickson, Jerry, Untied, DC, Dice. So you guys are going to have dice when it says dice. You're not going to have dice when it says Romo. You're not going to have dice when it says Shengmin. You're not going to have dice when it says Wayne's. You're not going to have dice when it says Heart. You're going to have dice when it says dice. Okay. I'm done for today. See, we have 22 wildcards left. I will do the 22 wildcards tomorrow. So you're going to have dice once we've done 21 wildcards. And when on the 22nd it says dice. Okay. So that was it for today. I've had some really cool surprises. Of course, I showed you the empty Excel sheet. The one with the comments and the scores is right in front of me. I was saying we've had 8 wildcards above 8 wildcards that scored 90 and above in the first 3 streams. With today's stream, today's 4th stream, we don't have 8 wildcards anymore that scored 90 and above. We have 9 because we have 1 wildcard of today's stream that scored 90 on this spot, 90 points. Just 1. Okay. Guys, this is it for today. I'll be there tomorrow. I don't know when. I hope mid-afternoon. If I can start streaming at max 4 p.m., that would be great. Max 4 p.m. I hope. Wait, let me check on. Oh, no, it's fine. Yeah, max 4 p.m. I'll try earlier, but I can't promise because I have other things to do tomorrow. But yeah, tomorrow is the last day. And unfortunately, I cannot, as I said, I'm going to rejudge again. I'm going to get my top wildcards. Not necessarily my top 25. But ones that I believe deserve to be rechecked and be compared with the elite ones. So I will judge with more focus, more attention, and judge with other supports, other devices. Now I'm judging with my headphones in the same conditions for all the wildcards. I will listen. I will listen in my car. I will listen at my place without headphones, with speakers. I have my studio monitors that are here. I will listen with that also. So I will pay extra attention to a selection of wildcards. But for the moment, we're not done with judging all the wildcards. We still have tomorrow's stream. And yeah, do you guys have any questions for me before I leave? I could spend another 10 minutes. If you guys have any questions, will you rejudge on stream? No, that's the thing. I cannot rejudge on stream. I asked Juliana if I could do it. She said no, because this will obviously give direct indications of the top wildcards, my top wildcards. So yeah, I cannot rejudge on stream. That's the problem. Est-ce que je serai à Agen pour le Florida? Non, je ne serai pas à Agen pour le Florida. Je crois que c'est la semaine prochaine, le week-end prochain. Je vais être en atelier à Cognac. Voilà. Can we have the stank emoji I sent you for tomorrow? It will be needed. Yeah, I'll have to think about doing that tomorrow. For dice alone, yeah, just for dice alone. I can't promise. I could do it now, actually. Yeah, I should do it now, because tomorrow I have 1 million things to do that I will probably forget. You're really prepared. It's good to. Yes, I took this job really seriously. That I actually like 2 months in advance, because I knew I was judging since even more than 2 months. Since early January, I knew I was judging, and I knew what days I was going to be judging, because I needed the time for it. And when I saw the number of wildcards, I decided to add an extra day, just to make sure not to go beyond 20 wildcards a day. Tomorrow's going to be 22, but it's 22. It's okay. Do you enjoy being a judge, or there's this heart in the way? Or do you find it difficult to watch 100 wildcards as opposed to only watching 30-ish and just... It's obviously easier to rank 30 wildcards, because the difference between the wildcards is bigger, since there's less wildcards. 100 wildcards, you can have 30 really great wildcards, you know? So it's difficult, but difficult. It's long, but it's not difficult. A lot of people told me, "Oh, you're gonna have such a hard time judging these wildcards." I said, "No, I don't think so. I think it's gonna be obvious." And for the moment, it's obvious. And I've judged 4 out of 5 streams. I judge 80%, almost 80% of wildcards, and for the moment, it's not difficult. It's just long, but I'm doing this the most accurate possible. What's your favorite producer wildcard? Haven't watched any. Don't respect it. Semaine pro, ouais, non, en ce moment, je bouge tout le temps. Et là, je profite de cette semaine. Et encore, je dis ça, mais hier, j'étais à Tours pour des ateliers, une restitution, un concert. Mais je bouge tout le temps en ce moment. Et là, après les ateliers à Cognac, je me vois pas repartir à Agen pour rentrer après. C'est trop une galère. Je raterai le vendredi de toute façon. Yes, Unhinged. I really like your rap this year. We'll see how you will rank. I'm not the only judge. But what I also do these days is, since I drive a lot, yesterday I drove yesterday I drove 3 hours, and the day before I also drove 3 hours. So in those 6 hours, I re-listened to my top wildcards, to the ones that I ranked high. I started doing it already. And Unhinged. Yeah, your wild card is the one that really got stuck in my mind the most out of all the wild cards, because the gimmick is the one that is the most catchy. And all these things now, I also judged. So I listened to the wild cards, and then I took like an hour where I was just thinking. No music, no wild cards, no nothing, just thinking, and letting my brain send me anything, just random information. And horsing around is the information that is always coming back, and that's also how I'm judging. I'm also judging without listening to the wild cards, just throughout the days, just seeing what pops up in my mind. I think that's really important also, because that's how music works too. Sometimes you listen to a song and you don't find it so crazy, but you listen to it a second time, and then the thing just starts popping in your mind all the time, and you're like, whoa, this is catchy as fuck. And then you just want to keep listening to it, So that's super important. That's why I want to rejudge a second time also, because just like the way you listen to music, you listen to wildcards the same way. Maybe the first time the wildcards might not, appeal to you in a certain way, but then the more you listen to it, the more you enjoy it. And that's really important. So I'm going to take my time until I think it's April 11th. I think that's the deadline, or April 13th, no, April 11th. I'm only going to submit my final rankings on April 11th. I'm going to let everything sink in. And once I'll be 100% sure, that's when I'll be sending my results. I don't know when the results will drop. Yeah, go back. You want me to re-explain for DICE? I'm not going to re-explain for DICE. I'm totally going to re-explain for DICE for all those that joined the chat. So, as you can see, for today, we reached this wild card, which is Romo. So, when we were here, we were watching GMD, right? Because it says GMD. When we were here, 48, we were watching Tamro because it says Tamro, right? This is the official list of wildcards, and we are here at Romo. So we just watched Romo. I will be watching DICE when it says, which name do you think? Is it Sima? No, I won't be watching DICE when it says Sima. Is it maybe Pat? No, I don't think I'll be watching DICE when it says Pat. Oh, look, DICE. I think this is when I'll be watching DICE, right? For me, it seems obvious. It says DICE, so this is where I'll be watching DICE. Okay. Is there any other my hero still high ranking? Yeah. High score? There's quite a few with high scores, as I said. There's 100 points that can be given to wildcards. And there's 90 plus wildcards. There's 9 of them. Usually just 90 and a little bit above. There's one wildcard that ranked really high. But my hero is in the 90 plus, if you want to know. Is there a 99? For the moment, there is a 99 indeed. But as I said, I will rejudge all them with more caution to certain details. And also, another re-listen with a less judgy approach, just listening to music basically and see how I can react to it. If I have some critical thinking, I bet the +1 is Biscuit. Comment sont triées les wildcards de ta liste au hasard? C'est, en fait, elles sont classées dans l'ordre de upload, quand elles ont été mises en ligne, tout simplement. Le premier qui a envoyé sa wildcard, c'était Colin FX. Le dernier qui a envoyé sa wildcard, c'était Dice. Et la liste, elle est faite ainsi. Mars? I'll answer this. 1 second. I need to find his name again. Mars. What do you think for Mars? Do you think he's a 90 plus? Mars is just at 90. And I will not answer any more questions on my scores. Hey, my boy Busy. Thank you. I know you've been through this last year also, and you've been really transparent with it also. It's always appreciated to check out the judging being done on live stream. You can totally see the judges' reaction. You can totally see what they have to say about the wildcards, and I find it super important. And of course, you have to be honest. It's a tough job. That's also one of the reasons why I almost refused when they asked me to judge the wildcards. I wasn't sure if I wanted people to know what I really thought about their wildcards, because, like, for example, earlier on, true story. Mirza was in the chat when I was watching his wildcard, and so many people enjoyed his wildcard. I really enjoyed his wildcard, but I felt his snare was behind, and for me, it kind of took away from the experience. It and I had to tell him straight in his face, this, we're talking GBB wildcard and an opportunity for him to go to Japan, to perform in the biggest event in the world. And I was there streaming and telling him, well, I'm judging you right now, and I'm listening. I'm hearing that the snare is off, and I'm taking points away for this because that's the way I hear it. But let's be honest, his wildcard was crazy also. So he's still ranking high, and he's ranking high. I will see at the end, but he's making good scores at least. But that was just an example. Yeah, it's really hard to critique friends, and you have a lot of friends when you're in this community because you know a lot of people that do the same thing as you. And you surround yourself with people that do the same thing as you. So it makes sense that a lot of people that you are judging are your friends. So yeah, that's one main reason why I almost refused. Actually, the only reason why I almost refused to do it. And I was going to talk about Robin, and Robin is right here because Robin wanted to maybe do a wildcard. Maybe. He was thinking about it, but then for reasons. He did not submit one, and since I knew he was going to do a wild card or potentially do a wild card, when Swiss Beatbox asked me to judge, I was like, oh fuck. I don't want to have to judge Robin. I don't want to have to judge Biscuit. I don't want to have to judge AVH. I don't want to have to judge Mirsa. But then I accepted because that's what we all do, at some point. Biscuit judged. Robin judged. Christoph judged. That's the way it is. Yeah, Robin, you need to sing more. Is Robin horsing around? I can tell you Robin is horsing around. Robin is absolutely horsing around. He told me he was horsing around. Biggest surprise of this year? Who was I really surprised with? Well, of course I'm surprised by the people that I've never heard before. That did a really great wild card. Let me just check. Now, certain people that ranked really high for me are not surprises. So I'm just going to say who I was really surprised with. One second, huh? If I can give you... Okay, so, Mars, of course. Mars, really surprised. Drum kit, goated. Not only the drum kit, but it's the first thing that comes to my mind. Unhinged. Great improvement. The level of keeping up this consistent flow in the song. The rap part is so long, so good, and the consistency is there. And one more that surprised me. One more. Oh, I don't know if it's Jadok or Jadok, but his Retainer had a cool singing in his wild card. That was really dope. Yeah, Retainer's singing part was... Wait, let me put it again just so you guys see it.
My name is Retainer. This is my wild card for the Grand Beatbox Battle 2025.
Mark 1.
Don't open the door. Would you believe it if I said I wish to see you no more? Let me rot in my self-made prison until I'm only bone and waste. I wish for longing, the impeccable taste. And in these times I'll try not to ignore my lies. I'll never run away again, it's all growing small. How long will it take before I learn not to care at all? It could be forever.
Yeah, that part, I felt his voice worked really well with his track also. I'm not saying this is one of the elite wildcards. I'm just saying that I really like the the way he used his voice with the build up. Who else was I really? Juno was really, really good. Especially the last part of his wild card. Really, really cool. And yeah, also I had another one I wanted to say. Really surprised. There's quite a few, honestly. Oh, Jadok. Yeah. Wait, let me put this one. This one deserves to be. Now, of course, not elite wildcard, but still.
Hey, my name is Jadok from the UK.
Jadok.
And this is my wildcard for the Grand Beatbox Battle 2025.
Whatever. This part is dope. Yeah, that one was cool. Jeff Tush. Osis, you're missing a P at in your question. You're missing a P at rapper, which makes it very which changes your whole phrase. Best rapper in the loop scene from what I've seen in these wildcards? On Hinge was dope. Mirza, of course. Mirza. But besides, if we're not talking about just these wildcards, Biscuit, huh? Biscuit and Taco. Yeah, Sweet is pretty dope. Got pretty good at rapping also. But Biscuit and Taco for me, is still on top. But Mirza, yeah. Mirza, Biscuit, Taco. It's cool. Kitty cat. This cat is in love with me. It's not my cat. I don't know his name, but he always wants to be on my laps. Always looking for my attention. He's being here for the whole streams all the time. Whenever I'm here in the studio, he's always looking for me. Bogasa. Oh, Bogasa. Is it possible to check loop battles on the GBB live stream? Oh, to commentate. Oh, I would be a very bad commentator. I think Hobbit and Freddy are doing a great job with it. Freddy is a great commentator. I would love to have I would love that BBK would be back in the crowd and that we had a BB cam again. That'd be dope. But I guess he's onto some other stuff now. Okay, this is it for me. I'll just end the stream. Look, I'm flexing my beautiful bicep. Oh my god. I've been working out lately. Hope you can see it. Thank you everyone. I will see you tomorrow. As I said, perhaps 4 p.m. max. I'll try earlier, but 4 p.m. seems pretty good. Yeah. I was just gonna play a little bit with the kitty cat. I'm gonna go back home. Oh, look at this beauty. Look at this beauty. Look at this beauty. Bye-bye, everyone. See you soon. See you tomorrow. If you want to be there, we will have dice. We will finally have dice. Not at 4 p.m. from starting at 4 p.m., but it will be at around 7:30 p.m. So if you want to check out dice, come in about 3.5 hours after I start streaming. This is where you're gonna have dice.